farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. It is the month of March. We can get back to farming, finally. Actually, it was a short winter. Just take care of the animals, making sure they had food, water, all that stuff. Starting off March with you guys, at least anyways. I forgot about this tree. Oh well. We're selling tomato sauce and our eggs. I did not sell anything over January, February. Just figured I'd come back and sell it over to you guys so you can see where the money came from. I mean, we were at 90,000-ish when we left, and of course, all of our fees for the past couple months dropped us back down. We're back up to 95,672. Plus, I have already leased the sugarcane planter. There was something I wasn't sure about, because with sugarcane, it technically doesn't quote-unquote take seed. You need sugarcane to plant sugarcane. And I was wondering if Alien Jim's seed shed would give me sugarcane, which it does. I already had it tested, so I don't have to buy pallets. I'm not wondering how many pallets we're going to need and all that. So I can tell you, though, it did cost a good amount of cash to lease that planter. It was like 4,000 something. It was on the low side of 4,000 anyways. So at least that fee's already done with. I don't know how long it's going to take us to plant the field. Not too sure. But I know I can't do it with the T6. I was actually surprised when I looked at it. That requires something like 200 some odd horsepower. Now the T6 might be able to do it because it does our pottinger, which I believe requires 205 to pull that seed drill, but it pulls it. But anyways, we're going to have the McCormick on the sugarcane. I think we're going to have the T6 pulling around the pottinger. We're going to be planting. I think we can plant soybeans today. I got to remember what we can plant in March. I know March and April we're going to be planting everything. I just got to remember which crop is which. So the field on our left is going to be sugarcane. The field on the right is going to be soybean. Or am I going to go with oats? I think we said oats. Yeah, we're going to go with oats. So, yeah, I'm changing my mind over and over and over again. Now let's go ahead and put this auto-loading trailer back so we're done with that for today. All of our factories are going well. I brought some mold over from the sheep to tight knit so we can get some more fabric going. Yeah, the clothing store, So What, is going through the fabric faster than tight knit can make it, even with wool and cotton being produced out of there. It'd almost be better if I had put down 2 fabric buildings, or as we would probably call them, spinneries, because I think that way it could keep up with So What making clothing. Alright, so this is going to grab our pottinger. We're going to have you plant something while we're busy doing sugarcane. We got too many fields to do. Just back that on up here. Alright, so let's go to our weather or calendar page here. So we can plant oats starting today. We can also plant sunflowers today. Corn we got to wait on. And of course we are doing sugarcane we can plant as well. So we can plant everything except for the corn. So we are going to plant oats. Let's go ahead and put you over to oats. There we go. And let's go ahead and top you off right here. That way you don't have to go all the way down to the store to do this. Alright, so here goes a little bit of cash. Well, it's not going to take long to fill this up. But while I'm here, because I almost forgot, something I will show you guys about the animated shed pack. So I think it was last week I was saying, oh yeah, we can't sell or paint in the animated shed pack. This will be coming in an update on the Giants mod hub when it gets to the testing, but as you can see, Alien Jim sent me an early version of it. So now we will be able to repaint and also sell our equipment right from the animated shed packs. Right now, how much is going to repaint the trailer? That's not too bad to repaint the trailer if I wanted to, but I think we're going to leave it as is. So yeah, there'll be an update to this. There is a long list of mods on the Giants forum where they got to test through, and so I don't know where it is in the lineup, but it'll probably take a while before they have to go on through. I forgot what it said. I think it's like 8 waiting days to go through the current list that they got. So it might be a week or 2, but it'll show on up eventually. Alright, we're going to have one of the Franks come over and plant oats in this field here. This field should be ready to go. Let's go to workers, create job, yeah, course play work, And of course, we are in this field here that we want to do. And we'll set you off in that general direction there. Let's see. Number of headlands, 5. I think we're going to go with 4. We'll go with 4. Headland overlap 2. That should be fine. Alright, and let's go ahead and create a course. And I'll bring you where you're going to start instead of you driving all the way down there. So we got fertilizer, we have oats, we are good to go. So with the oats, I do want the straw, so I can probably sell it. I don't think I need any more straw for the cows. We're not going to get much straw at all. But we're probably going to make some oatmeal with it. I shouldn't say probably. We're going to make some oatmeal with it. Let's go ahead and put that down here. We'll turn this on. And then set you off on a course play worker. Looks like the young Frank Jr. might be the one planting the oats. So I'll take him a little bit while to get around there, which is fine because it's going to take us a while to get around with a sugarcane planter. Now this thing is a lot bigger than I thought it was. I went down to the store with a T6 to grab it. And when I got down, I'm like, whoa, that's a big planter for sugarcane. And it sure is. So hopefully the McCormick doesn't look so miniature next to it. Now, this field that we were planting in today, it's not fully cultivated in some areas, so it's probably not going to plant in all areas, which is fine. It's going to happen. So this is our sugarcane planter right here. I'll go back in the store page so I can give you an exact price of what it was to lease it. Also, I did notice, I don't know if it was in the update, last update for Giants, but if you notice like the paint on the McCormick, it's actually got little chips here and there. You can actually see where the paint is actually wearing on the vehicle or tractor. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. So I was wondering, because we need sugarcane to plant sugarcane, I was wondering, because I've never done it for a long time, but Alien Jim's shed packs, the seed hut right here, you can come on up to it and start filling up with sugarcane. I don't know how much sugarcane I'm going to need. Not a clue. But it sure is taking its time filling up, but the money is sure going down. And the planter is when I first saw it, it's like, oh, it's 2 rows. I'm like, oh, it's going to take forever to plant that field. I don't think so. The planter looks rather on the large side. My guess is going to be like poplars maybe, where there's like rows or so. Like I said, I really haven't done this since 17 where I planted it, and I just never got around to it. Probably because either I went to another map or something. I have no idea. Well, let's go ahead and get some fertilizer here. You know, it always helps when you open up the container to fill it on up. That's usually what helps. There, now I can close it. I'm like, why won't that fill up with fertilizer? I fall for that quite a bit anyways. Yeah, so I was going to bring it on into the store so I can show you what this did cost me here. So leasing was, I said it was on the low side, $4,335. For additional days, it will be $850. Shouldn't be a problem. Additional hour, though, is $17.85. So it can get a little bit of expensive. Let's go ahead and see how wide of an area this actually is going to cover here. Nope, wrong button. So you can see some cotton stalks are still up, and I don't think this is going to get rid of those, so I'm not going to actually plant in those areas, which is okay. Unfold the tool. Alright. Let's start planting some sugarcane. Alright, so it's not too bad. So, I mean, it will take a while to plant this field. And we are going through the sugarcane rather quickly. Question is, am I going to get a headland done before I have to go refill again? Who knows? Fertilizer, not so bad, but the sugarcane, we are going through it. Now I did have a quick look at the harvester we'll be using this year for sugarcane. I think it's like 18,000 to lease the harvester. So, you know, the expense, but from what I saw when Daggerwin was doing a field about this size, he got about 250,000 liters of sugarcane out there, and we're going to make it all into sugar. So all depending on how much sugar it sells for and what we use it for, should be rather interesting. We'll have to wait and see when the fall comes. So as you already know, we're going to have 2 fields of oats. The field behind us that we already started at Frank Jr., and he's going to plant oats in that one. And the small field across from the cabin is going to be oats also. We're going to be planting sunflowers in those 2 fields up there. And when we start planting sunflowers, we're going to put a couple of major big beehives up there also. And then the big field, well, I shouldn't say the big field, but the one on the bigger field on the other side of the sawmill, and the one way on down by the factories, that is going to be corn, so we can make popcorn in the factories also. Now, I don't know how much the Big Red Barn, now that's the modded production building that we had, the Big Red Barn, that's where we'll be making the oatmeal and the popcorn. So I don't know how much they can actually store. So if we get a big harvest, I may have to put some to the silo or something, but we'll figure it out. Now, before I started recording, I was looking at the mods that came out on Friday, and there was one that caught my eye right offhand, and that was a maple syrup production. Being where I'm from, yeah, we're kind of known for our maple syrup up here in Vermont. So I thought about doing it, but not Vermont. Maple syrup is a seasonal product, so I don't know. I'll have to look into it just a little bit. I did download the mod. And March would be the perfect time for maple syrup. But if it's a year-round thing, then that production seems like it might get a little crazy. I don't know. The mod looks really, really good, though. I just don't know if it's seasonal or not. Alright, so I will get a headland done. So it looks like I might actually get 2 headlands done. But this project looks like it might take a while. Now, I think what I'm thinking is going to happen when I get down here to where the cotton stalks are, nothing's going to happen. Did I go for that line of cotton stalks? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to be going through a lot of seed / oh no, I did get rid of the cotton stalks. Interesting. Okay. Now, for those of you who've done sugarcane or do know, because I did not double check on this, I'm going back to my memory on 17. I think sugarcane is good for either 2 or 3 harvests. So in other words, when we harvest it this fall, if we just leave the field as is, I do believe the sugarcane will grow back for next season, and possibly a 3rd. I know I didn't look it up. Don't hold it to me for sure. I'm not getting information, but I think it's good for at least 2, possibly 3 harvests. Yep, we're going to be chewing through the sugarcane / seed on this field here. So hopefully it pays off extremely well. Now, we do have a good amount of money sitting over at So What. That's our clothing. April should be the month to sell that. I think the high price is $10,500. I have not checked to see how many pallets I got over there, but I'm going to say a dozen. Probably even more than that. So if we need any cash, I know where to go get some. The furniture is doing great. I did go ahead and fill up the sawmill with another load of logs. And I just fiddled around with the lumberjack mod. Just fiddling around with the chainsaw a little bit. And I got rid of most of the stumps I couldn't get originally. So basically I just kind of like walked around the stump, and it seemed like if I was further away from the stump, and there was one that I was so far back from the stump and quite a ways to the right of the stump, And also I saw a red mark, and I'm like, what's that for? And I clicked on it, and the stump disappeared. I'm like, okay, it wasn't really near the stump, but whatever works, works. Alright, so fertilizer, yeah, we're not going to go through too much on, but the sugarcane, I guess it's not too bad. I probably should have checked to see how much sugarcane cost when I filled this up. But this is the biggest sugarcane planter, unless you go with a modded one. And I could have used a modded one. I do have a planter, I think it's like a 12 meter wide one that would do sugarcane. I think it was made by Stevie. So I could have got this field done in record time. Now the one thing I don't know is if I were to plant sugarcane in a 12 meter wide planter, is the rate that it takes sugarcane the same as this one, or is it like really reduced? Because at 12 meter wide, that seed's going to disappear rather quickly. So that'd be kind of interesting. Well, about 10 minutes later, I'm getting my 4th headland done. So it doesn't take me too long to go around. I am, after 2 headlands, I am going over to the seed hut and topping off with some sugarcane. I can see Frank Jr. over there is doing a masterpiece over there planting the oats. So I thought about maybe setting out this on a worker and renting the planter and starting on the sunflower or corn. I forgot which one. I think it was corn actually. But since the other crop with the planter can't be planted till tomorrow, that means I have to keep the planter overnight, which means additional fees. It's only, I did a check on it, it's like $1,000 for the extra day, like $1,200, but got plenty of work to do, so I think we'll just wait until April to get all the planting done with sunflower and corn. Just keep come over here and keep topping off. So I keep hemming and hawing about the maple syrup production. I may put it down because it's not that expensive. It's only 16 grand. So I could put it down and, you know, we could pretty much do the production only in the springtime and turn it off for the rest of the year. Could do that. So I'm probably going to get a little bit more work of the sugarcane done. And then we'll find a place, I think, to put on the maple syrup production. As far as I saw quickly on the description, it only requires water. So that's rather cheap. Water is free to us. So where you can see the different color on the ground, if you're wondering what's going on there, when I go over the cotton stalks, it's kind of like cultivating the cotton stalks into the ground. But after the cotton stalks aren't there for a while, the game realizes that there's no crop stubble there. And it's back to just like a plain look on the field. Yeah, so planting sugarcane can be rather expensive, going through the sugarcane seed, if you will. So make sure you got a good stack of money for whatever size field you got. You can kind of judge on it. But if I get 250,000 liters of sugarcane off this field, and I'm just guesstimating that just by going what I saw, like I said, on Daggerwind, just had an episode, as I'm recording, it was like a week ago or whenever it was, I'm not too sure. I completely when I said, oh, I got some spare time, let me watch a Daggerwind movie video, see what he's been up to. And he was actually harvesting sugarcane. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So I can see what's going on. And I definitely had to watch the whole video because I wanted to see how much he got from that field, because it's generally the same. Well, I think his field might have been just a little bit smaller than this. It's hard to judge on that though. So this field could actually be like 30% bigger. And if it's 30% bigger, we're going to get a lot more than 250,000 liters. So, but yeah, the sugarcane factory. The sugar factory, from what I saw, the ratio on what he was doing, it's for every 2 liters of sugarcane, you get 1 liter of sugar. So that's a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. But this is the last product that we kind of need to make cakes. Now, I haven't made all the other products yet. We need to make butter. We gotta, grow some strawberries, all that kind of stuff. But we have the capability of already doing that. We just needed the sugar production. Now, we don't have a sugar factory as of yet. Now, I also have mentioned last couple of episodes that this year I would like to upgrade some of our equipment, and two of them being the seed drill and the planter. But since nothing has really come up in the store page that was on sale for planters and drills, and we're going to have that done here in a matter of 2 episodes. Probably not upgrade those at all this year, unless something comes up for sale at a really, really, really good price. The one thing that's up for sale now is a slurry spreader, injector. I thought about getting it, but we don't have that much slurry currently, and with only 20 cows, we're not really producing that much slurry currently to justify getting one as of yet. And that seems to come up for sale quite a bit for me. Slurry sprayers. Yeah, I shouldn't say spreaders. That's what manures you do with the manure. You spread the manure. But anyways, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Actually, I'll show you on the store page here. This one's the Flegel. 15 meter working width, and it's 60% off. Now, it is kind of tempting to get it, but like I said, I think we only got like 29,000 liters of slurry so far that the cows have produced. So they're not producing that much slurry currently. Yeah, definitely Frank Jr. is going to be done before I am in this field, but then again, he's got a 6 meter wide, and we got a 2 meter wide. What? I didn't expect him to run out of seed. Hang on a second here. Let's go see what Frank's problem is. I know oats require a little more seed than other products, but I did not expect him to run out of seed in this field here at all. I mean, the T6 had a full tank of fuel. Well, I had a full tank of fuel-ish. I've been using it a little bit this morning. It shouldn't be out of fertilizer. And it looks like Frank Jr. already hightailed it home. Yep, we're out of seed. Let's go ahead and top this back off. This is great about having the seed hut up here and the fertilizer hut now up here. We don't have to go all the way down to the store to top on off. Now in course play, I realize I can get like a lot of these lines on running the vehicle, but I leave them on there. So when I set the worker back on, I can kind of see what line they were trying to make. Although where we are currently should be rather easy to see. Not gonna, you know what, I might as well top it off with fertilizer because I'm gonna go through it anyways. What does it matter? At least here, I remember to take the cover off to fill this on up. So maybe next year we'll have a new seed drill. But this one has done great. We've had it for many years now. But being a 6 meter wide drill, and the way our fields are, it might be time to upgrade it to at least like double the size, at least a 12 or something like that. Because we are getting more and more fields. Alright, where did you leave off at? Alright, gotcha. Alright, so I think I got you off, start at the nearest waypoint. Yeah, nearest waypoint will work. Just start there. So now Frank Jr. looks like he has a mustache and changed clothes. That's all good. Where's our McCormick? There's our McCormick. Alright, I'm going to get back to work here. Try to get more of this field done. And then I think we'll have it look at the maple syrup production. I think I got to put that down because if I don't, it's just going to intrigue me over and over and over again. So we're going to go ahead and put down a maple syrup production building. Well, it's not really much of a building, but yeah, you'll see what it is if you don't already know what it is. You'll see here in just a moment. Well, I think I had my fill planting sugarcane for now. I got most of it done. Well, I say most of it. Maybe. Uh, maybe 40% of it done. So get myself a worker to finish it on off. I can say, because I didn't watch it the first time I filled it up, but it's going to be about $5,000 every time I fill up that planter of sugarcane. I was down to about maybe 2,000 liters, and it took about 4,400 out of my bank account to fill it on up. But hopefully here in the fall, we get a good amount of sugar, and it pays for itself. All right, so what I want to do now, let's see. Should I double check on Frank Jr. over here? Let me teleport because I ain't going to be able to keep up with him. He's fine on seed for now. At least I think he is. You're not planting the whole field. Why are you missing rows? Can I double check what I have for working with on that? Let's see here. Let's see. Working with is 17.4 feet. My math isn't good enough to let me know 6 meters. I mean, that's kind of close, but obviously it's not working. That's fine. I'll have to take care of that later on. Not too sure why. Yeah, we're missing. I thought it was missing rows because my plow was kind of do the same thing. Must be something to do with this field. Anywho, I'll come back and I say I'll take care of it, but probably not. Who knows? Anyways, we're gonna come over here to herd that. And I'm thinking about putting the maple syrup production building down over here a little bit. Because what I can do, because if it takes water, it'll give me another reason to come over here with a big water tanker rather than just giving the cows water. So, yeah, we're going to put it down like over here somewhere, I think. It'll work. Yeah, let's put it down like right here. Let's see here. We're going to go in here, construction. And then, oddly enough, it took me a while to find it before, but it's actually under greenhouses. Here we go. Ooh, it's okay, it looks bigger now that I'm over here. Where do I actually want to put it? No, we'll actually put it over here next to this little forest area, I guess. And that's a lot of landscaping here. Let's see if I can find, because it's 16,000. I'm paying 1,500 more in landscaping fees. Must be a little hilly over here. All right, so this is good enough, I suppose. And put it down. All right. Yeah, it's a little landscapey there. So we got our maple trees with the sap buckets. So it does look pretty good there. I didn't know what this was when I was looking at it, but those are actually rocks, which is kind of interesting. And the forest floor is kind of interesting a little bit as well. I wonder if I could paint a little bit of grass in there. So all we really need to do, apparently, is add water. Can I open this up? No. So that's not active at all. But it looks rather well. Alright, so what we need to do now is I need to find my Mack truck, and I don't have that much water in here, so let's go top off with some water. I don't know how much water it's going to take, so might as well fill up the whole tanker with water. I don't plan on grabbing milk anytime soon, and this is what I'm thinking about doing a road from the main farm to the main road, is actually coming through here and kind of get around the one that goes down around the sawmill and out. This seems to be a lot shorter route. You can kind of see you can see the water tanker already, so it's not that far going this way. Yeah, got a lot more roads to do here. I mean, let's face it, we got a lot more to do everywhere. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And start filling with water. Now, if you look at the pricing for maple syrup, now just remember I'm on hard economy, so you may say that's not a lot of cash. Depending on what level economy you're on, prices will vary. I'm looking for the maple syrup. I know it's in here because I checked on it to see if I had a selling point for it, and we do. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Ah, there it is, right above French fries. Yeah, so maple syrup right there. We can see the price is really good in March, and the price goes down after that. And show the current price is $14.68. So it's at the highest point right now, which it would be, and the price is just going to go on down. But since all it does is take water, that seems rather cheap. You just got to pay for the upfront cost. But I did not see, though, let's go to production buildings and see what the hourly rate is for that. That's going to be way at the bottom. Production costs a month, $120, and 864 cycles per month. So that means I would get 16, 17, 20 liters per month in maple syrup. So almost 2 pallets. Alright, so if we go at the current cost, you can get your money back in like 10 months back on that building, on the hard economy. So, but I'm pretty sure if it's on normal or easy, get money back a lot faster. But I did drop our money on down to $53,000. That's fine because we'll be selling the clothing in the month of April. I did check on the price of clothing. Why did that stop filling? Are we out of water in the pond, or that just stopped filling on its own? That is interesting. Why we can't fill? All right, that valve closed. That's interesting. Maybe the water tower only holds so much water and it recloses. What was I talking about? I think the clothing. Yeah, so the clothing right now is like $9,500. In the month of April, we should be able to sell for $10,500. So we'll have to wait and see. And also we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Yeah, the McCormick, that's not the same McCormick we have. This is the little brother. Like I said, this was kind of interesting, but we just don't have the slurry production to make this feasible as of now. I got more important things to buy that on this season. And of course, a nice little header 40-footer. But when I look to upgrade our harvester, I'm looking to upgrade our harvester. It's going to be one of the big boys, and we do have the modded 60-foot header on here that we'll be using. So one thing about a 30,000 liter tanker, it takes a while to fill it up. And I need to... I was kind of hoping to get to landscaping pretty soon, but this episode, obviously, you see what it's all about. Next episode is going to be about planting. So maybe after we get all the planting done, we can go ahead and start making some more roads. I'm going to focus on the roads first. And there we go. It's good enough. So I got to finish this main road going on through. I'd like to connect it to the road going through out back. Alright, let's go over to the maple syrup production. Watch it only take like 2,000 liters of water or something like that. Who knows? Alright, so where is the trigger? Yep, now to level that out a little bit. There is a trigger. Now, the one thing I did not check on is how do we transport the maple syrup? Is it going to come out in pallets, or... I have no idea. Let me go ahead and turn on the production. So 20,000 liters of water, we'll activate that. So that'd be 10,000 liters of maple syrup. And that's going to take a while to produce, I think. Am I stuck? I have no idea. So we'll see how that comes out. I don't know if it's going to be jars on pallets or what. Not too sure. And of course, we won't see until we get our first thousand liters of maple syrup to see what happens if it comes out on a pallet or not. Since I'm over here, let me make sure the cows are topped off with some water. I find this trigger for the water on the cows to be very particular. If I can find it here somewhere. There it is. So I think so they took about 60 liters of water. It seems like the trigger for this tanker is like at the back, maybe. Somewhere in that general vicinity. Now while we're here, where's it going to tell me? Oh, so we're up to 47,000 liters of slurry. Wait, is that telling me different in here? Nope, not there. Here. Alright, so I must have read that wrong. I thought we had 29,000 liters of each. Okay, so I mean 40,000, but even then, yeah, I could use it to do the grass field over here, and that's mainly what we want to use it for. But I'm sure once we get like 100 cows, I can use it in a lot of different areas. Actually, I need to get over here with a fertilizer spreader and take care of this at some point as well. But the the planting has begun. Wow, for harvesting already, that's a quick turnaround. Yeah, the planting has started. I'm pretty sure Frank Jr. will be done with the oats here pretty soon. And then I'll probably take care of the small oat field across from the cabin while they plant the sugarcane. Shouldn't take them too long to do the sugarcane, I don't think. I will have to probably top them off a lot. And it's $5,000 per pop, roughly. So hopefully only 5 more times, if that. So maybe next episode we may be like down to 25,000, but no worries. Like I said, month of April, we got a lot of clothes to sell. So hopefully we'll have somewhere around $150,000 in the bank account tomorrow. We shall see. But yeah, we'll be planting corn and sunflowers and putting down some beehives around the sunflowers. So more cash coming on in. And yeah, the farm continues to grow. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.